For those that don't know, The Proposal is a new romantic comedy in which a pushy boss, played by Sandra Bullock, forces her young assistant, Ryan Reynolds, to marry her in order to keep her visa status in the US and avoid deportation to Canada. It's also probably the worst romantic comedy I've ever seen, and there are many reasons for that, but I think one of the keys to why is because the entirety of the narrative is composed of just about every rom-com cliche you can think of, and even worse, about half of them come from one source, a surprisingly funny romance from 1995 that you may recall called While You Were Sleeping. It's absolutely outrageous, actually, because you see, both films revolve around the main character faking an engagement. Both employ a subplot driven by a character's father pressing him to take over the family business, and both star the renowned comedian actress Sandra Bullock. There are about a dozen other similarities too, especially when it comes to plot points and character arcs, but I'll stop there because I think you get the idea. How is this relevant, you ask? Who cares if it's a massive ripoff? Can't it still be fun to watch? Not really. You see, While You Were Sleeping's plot was constructed in a very specific fashion. You can't just surgically remove a few of its vital organs, bunch them all up together, and expect the result to be a fully functioning human being. Because The Proposal robs the basic aspects of While You Were Sleeping and fails to deliver on the most important parts. It's really an unfinished film that ultimately does not satisfy the way a romantic comedy does and should and usually does. And truth be told, even if you don't care about a movie's originality, dimension, and soul, there are just too many issues that bog this film down. While the actors are very good, the writing is very bad. There's just so many badly structured scenes that run the pace of the film into the ground. And the characters themselves are so terribly uninteresting. In fact, there's no real backstory to speak of. The main Sandra Bullock's character undergoes a lot of change, but because we don't know anything about her, there's nothing really significant about it. And the worst part, actually, is that even all the cliches and ripoffs aside, The Proposal is just one big bad idea. Sure, many people want to see a cute comedy with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. I mean, probably, right? But nobody wants to watch a movie about two people who hate each other, slowly falling in love, for absolutely no logical reason. Again, for the 100th time, let's admit it, we've seen a lot of movies like this, especially the way this film does it. It's a bland, formulaic framework with no direction or refreshing twist. There's no real aspect of this film that can differentiate it and make it its own film. Anyone who tells you that The Proposal is a fun, exciting ride is just plain delusional. Once the luster of the lead acting wears off like the glow of a pretty sparkler, and it will, people will see that the world of romantic comedies does not get much more utterly boring than this. True, there are a select few genuinely funny moments, but if you've seen the trailer, you already know what those moments are. That said, according to my written review at mymoviespot.com, I have given this film a 3 out of 10.